In a recent episode of his Storytime with Sammy series, Sammy Hagar reflected on his 1987 track, Eagles Fly, and how Alex Van Halen initially dismissed it. The song ended up on Hagar's I Never Said Goodbye album, prompting Alex to later wonder why it hadn't been saved for Van Halen. Hagar recalled, "I was in the studio playing the song for Eddie with Alex in the background, while I was on acoustic guitar. Alex said, 'Sounds like John Denver. I'll never forget that.' I thought, yeah, so what? John's great." It was such a funny reaction. Hagar had pitched the song to Van Halen while they were working on what would become the 1988 album, OU 812. But Alex dismissed it outright. Ultimately, Hagar recorded Eagles Fly for his solo album, with Eddie Van Halen contributing guitar, bass, and backing vocals. Reflecting on Alex's later reaction, Hagar shared, "Alex heard it on the record and said, 'Hey man, you should have saved that for Van Halen.' I reminded him, 'Do you remember what you said about that song?' Ironically, the song later became part of Van Halen's live shows." Hagar remarked, "It became one of Alex's favorites and one of Eddie's favorite songs of mine. It really should have been on a Van Halen album. If it had been on OU 812, it would have been amazing. But it is what it is, and it's a song I'll play for the rest of my life." In a recent interview, Sammy Hagar expressed disappointment over being excluded from Alex Van Halen's book, Brothers, in which the Van Halen drummer stated that the band's true essence ended when David Lee Roth departed. Hagar shared his feelings, saying, "It's heartbreaking. While I haven't read the entire book, I've seen parts of it and heard discussions about it. My heart goes out to Alex, losing his brother, never playing with anyone else, and now dealing with health challenges." Hagar commented on Alex's health after seeing him use a cane while promoting the book. "Seeing how frail he looks made me understand why he doesn't respond when I ask if he wants to play with us. Physically, he just can't, and that's devastating. I try to imagine how it would feel if I couldn't sing or perform anymore. The thing that defined my life and gave me so much joy. Losing that would be unbearable. It's also unfair to the fans. When I think about Alex, I can't help but feel for him." He also addressed being omitted from Brothers. "I'd love for Alex to explain why he left me out, because I don't fully understand. I know there's some bitterness, but by ignoring that era of Van Halen,